Hey, how's it going? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, night, evening, whatever time you guys are watching this video. So, there's been something that I've been keeping away from you guys, you know, and I think it's time to address the elephant in the room. And as you guys can see, I'm somewhere else. I'm somewhere different than what my usual videos, different background that you guys usually see. So, Naomi and I are not together anymore. We broke up back in February. We went our separate ways. And where I'm at now is at my parents. I moved back in with my parents. You know, it's kind of crazy because, having to move back with them wasn't really in the plans, but life happens. And not only that, but with everything that's going on, with COVID and all that, couldn't really afford to have my own place still, so yes, I'm back at my parents. I moved back in with them, and I'm in the basement. They made me my own room, which is nice. I have my own room down here because my old room got taken up by my grandmother, by my abuelita, and I wasn't gonna kick her out of my room, to let her out, want her to stay here. So she's living with us. That's a whole different other story. But yeah, so like I said, we broke up back in February of this year, and that's why you haven't seen her around my vlogs, or you haven't seen her, like me posting up about her, or on my Instagram stories. That's why you don't see her around me anymore. Life happens. And when this all started, it wasn't that like it all happened just out of the blue either. We were having these conversations, because we saw something was going on with our relationship. So we started having these conversations last year, 2020, probably like end of October, early November-ish, kind of, is when we started having these conversations. And of course, we were both emotional, and we both cried. I cried. It's okay for guys to cry, to express yourself. There's nothing wrong with expressing the way you feel, whether it be anger, sadness, happiness. It's not bad to express yourself, guys. And I've learned that. I've grown to express myself a little bit more in the way I'm feeling about certain things. So yeah, like I said, yeah, we had multiple conversations. That was just the first time we had that conversation about our relationship and what was going on. And the thing is here, as you guys know, like before COVID hit, I was working a lot all the time. I have multiple jobs. I think I had about 5 jobs before COVID hit. And if I wasn't at one, I was at the other, I was always busy. Sometimes it would happen where I would work at one job, come home, go to sleep for like 2-3 hours, wake up and go to the next one. Or sometimes what would end up happening is I would go from one to the other, so it's just, the career path that I chose is pretty crazy. It's pretty hectic. I'm all like, before, like I said, before COVID, I was all over the place. I was all, not just in the city, I was everywhere. I've been to Indiana working there. I've been to Wisconsin multiple times, and I've been all over the Chicago area and even outside of Chicago, the suburbs and all that. So, I've always been busy. And, yeah, her and I, we did have good times together and all that, we were happy. But, once 2020 hit, quarantine, and the only job I was working at was at the radio station, that gave me more time to be at home. But, with COVID going on, and then with my own health issues that were going on, all that stuff, It took a toll. And it's like, her and I talked about, uh, I think it was probably the first, one of the conversations we had. We were talking about our relationship, was like how, you know, yeah, we thought we had good communication and all that, but it wasn't until we were isolated, like we had to stay home, that we started realizing. So it wasn't like, we thought, like I said, we thought we had good connection with each other, good communication. We did communicate, but not to that like deeper level, I guess you could say, where, there, like I said, during this quarantine, we could kind of tell there was like misconnections, like there was certain little things, and it kind of built up little by little. Like I would like to say that we never argued with each other, we never yelled at each other, raised our voices, we never fought like that, but it's just like certain things, after a while they start building up, and those things came out when we were having these conversations, and it's just like how I said, like one of the conversations, I'm not going to get into much detail of like a lot of things we did talk about, but one of the things it was like about like me working, where her and I, we started talking about like, yeah, well, when we first met, I was working at the radio station, so was she, but she had other jobs as well, and I would still go see her and all that. And then the second year she moved to Indiana, I was working on, then by then I had added some more jobs, and I would go visit her, but not as often because I was always so busy, and then once we moved in together, I was still like, I added even more jobs, I had more work, I was always busy, I was, like I said, always in and out. So there was never really a time where we were like sitting down for such a long period of time, and like I said, that just made us learn and made us grow together. We both grew a lot. We both started this whole journey together when we were, we're adults, but we still say that we were kids. And like I said, we were talking about this, like in some of the conversations. And the thing is, something like this is it does hurt. I was hurting, for a while, and it's because 5 years together, 3 of those years living together, and always being used to having that person right next to you, and talking to that person, and always not expressing, but always like talking about your day, how your day was, or certain things, just like conversations. This 2020 was the year where I definitely grew a lot, and it's all thanks to her. So I'm very thankful for her, for that, for teaching me all that stuff, because before that, you guys have heard me say it multiple times, and in the podcast. So that's also, like I said, that was the reason why like we haven't even done the podcast, was because of that. But let's get back to what I was saying. So like in the podcast, I was talking about, like, I would always mention, like, thanks to her, I've grown. And it is true, because I didn't used to read books. Then she got me into reading books, and books that were teaching me things, that were helping me grow and become more of an adult. Even though I'm still kind of like a kid at heart, I still have those kid moments, or, I still act like a kid. But mentally, like up here, I became more of an adult now. And it's all thanks to her, and those books she shared with me, she was the one that was always reading and like just helping her mind grow. And I finally listened and started reading a lot of those books. So I grew a lot. I grew a lot mentally, emotionally. I learned how to open up more because of her. So thanks to her for that. And, health-wise, I definitely grew too, because she was the one that taught me, like, hey, you gotta stop eating this junk food and all that, so she helped me in that sense as well. Now I eat more healthier, or I eat more healthier. I eat healthier. That's what I should have said. Healthier, not more healthier. I eat healthier now. And like there's a lot more like good food, and that I take in, when I'm serving myself food. So it's all thanks to her. So it's a lot of things that she taught me in those 5 years that we were together. She taught me a lot. So yeah, so like I said, that's the reason why you guys haven't seen her around me. That's why she wasn't in the vlogs. And like I said, even like in the podcast, because like I said, like we started like having this connection with each other as 2020 went on, and you could kind of tell in the podcast episodes that we were doing, even like in the first one and all that, you could kind of tell, because trust me, before all this was going on, we were like, if you guys thought that those podcasts were good, we were even better before all that, so you could tell in those episodes. The last episode we came out with, I believe, was the Christmas special. And then after that, because like right when those podcasts were coming out, that's when we started having conversations about like our relationship and what was going on and how we felt like we were growing apart, and yeah, like once we were like 2021 happened, we started having more of those conversations more often, and we were trying to work it out and see if we could spark it up again, spark up our relationship, and it just wasn't happening. So instead of me continuing to push it, I decided to be like, you know what, I think we, you are right that we should probably like just call it, because I feel like if I just keep on pushing it and we try to work it out and then it just doesn't happen, we could end up just not liking each other. And that's the thing, I didn't want to lose her as a friend, because she's an amazing friend. She literally is my best friend. She knows a lot about me. We went through a lot together. Come on now, it's 5 years. So of course we went through a lot, with each other. She was there, through a lot of like family tragedies and all that, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for her and that she came into my life. And just like how she said it in one of the conversations, she said, sometimes people are in your lives for a season. And at first I didn't get it, and now I do. I get it. Sometimes people are in your life for a season, but whether it be your significant other, best friends, they're in your life just for a season or a couple seasons or whatever it might be, or they could be there forever. You never know. But yeah, like there was just like a lot of things going on, and I decided to like, let me start doing like the stuff that I've been wanting to do, because she was the one pushing me to do it. And I'm thankful that she pushed me, because now I'm doing this. I'm doing the YouTube thing. I always wanted to do YouTube, and I was always afraid, but she pushed me to do it. And she kept on pushing me like, come on, you should do it. Like, come on, people probably would be into it. And now look at me, I'm doing it. I'm doing the whole thing, taking pictures. You guys have been seeing me post up Instagram pictures, more stories. But that was like one of the reasons why I haven't like really posted up so much of me being around here, because I was waiting to really like heal from this. So like like I said, it was already rocky back in like end of October, early November, and I had my moments where I was like very emotional and crying by myself and just being like, what did I do? Or and even after the breakup, there was times where I was just even thinking like, yo, I failed as a person, not just as a boyfriend or someone's significant other. I just felt like I had failed as a whole and everything in life, because it's like going from moving out of my parents and having a place with my girlfriend, having to come back again. I never thought that was gonna happen, because her and I, we were having conversations of like having a family and like having our own home, and and that was the reason why I was working so hard. and I was saving up money. I was saving up money. Yeah, I was spending money as well, but I was saving a lot of that money as well to, you know, provide and have that future that we were talking about. And yeah, like, you know, like I said, life happens. 2020 definitely hit me hard because, you know, all that money I had saved up, it literally disappeared. But I'm okay now. I feel okay. I feel great. That's why you're not seeing me get so emotional talking about this now. If this would have been at the beginning of it, I would have been crying right here, right in front of you guys, and I would have left it in. I wouldn't have edited it out because it's, like I said, it's okay for men to cry. You know, boys, men, you know, it's fine to cry. It's okay to show your emotions. You don't have to bottle it all up because it'll eat you up. I've been there. I've been where like it eats you up. So, you know, that's why, like I said, I'm not as emotional now talking to you guys about this. I just wanted to take the time to like heal and be like, okay, I'm ready to talk about what happened. And like I said, that's why you see me more at my parents, or see me with videos, you know, my vlogs, me like, oh, I'm at my parents, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Now I'm gonna be putting out more videos, you know, especially with my grandmother, because you know, my grandmother is hilarious. Sometimes she says the most random things. But anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know about this, you know, about what was going on, because I'm sure some of you guys were probably wondering what's going on with them, or what's, you know, I haven't seen her around, or this or that, or why did they stop the podcast, you know. So yeah, so I'm single. So weird to say that after 5 years. But yeah, like I said, life happens. And some people already knew before this video came out, which I'm thankful for you guys that I told and trusted you guys with this information. You guys definitely kept it a secret, you know, and I really appreciate that, because every single person I told, I just told them, I just wanted to make sure that they wouldn't say anything to anybody. And like I said, I really appreciate that you guys didn't say anything at all. And you know, some of these people did help me out and did give me advice, even with those times that I said that I felt like I failed. And everybody was just like, it's okay, it happens, it's life, and it is life, you know. The thing that was getting to me, it was like, man, I'm about to be 30 this year and I'm back at my parents living in the basement. What is going on? Like, I can't believe this. But like I said, I'm okay now. I'm good. I'm happy. You know, I did have my sad moments. I was draking it out here and there. But I'm good now. You know, I'm feeling back to like my old self in a sense, where like, you know, I'm doing the things that I've been wanting to do, or doing the things that I was doing, you know. So yeah, I don't even know how to end this video. I don't know what else I missed. Yeah, but like I said, her and I, we ended in good terms. We're best friends. To those people that I met through her, hey, like, you know, I would still like to be friends with you guys. And even the people that were both of our friends, hey, you know, you guys can still communicate with her, communicate with me. It's fine. There's no hate. There's no like, hey, you're choosing a side. It's none of that. Well, like I said, we ended it well. This is like one of the very few relationships that ended in a good note, you know. So yeah, that's the breaking news, addressing the elephant in the room. I don't know, but hey guys, for anybody out there that's going through some things, hey, there's like, how it's kind of cliche to say, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel, you know. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be okay. I know at first I was like, I'm not gonna be okay, but no, you're gonna be okay, guys. Everything's fine. You just have to get through it, you know, and just push forward. Keep on pushing forward. Don't give up. Certain things happen in life, you know, and they happen for a reason, to teach you a lesson, to help you grow. Because I grew a lot. I'm definitely way different, and people have seen it. So See you guys in the other videos. Love you guys.